What's good, y'all? So today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to replace your stock or factory, head unit, radio, whatever you want to call it. And the radio I will be using is the Kingwood radio. But let's not waste no more time. Let me get straight to it. So what you're gonna want to do is take this whole panel out. And I'm using flathead screwdriver, so you're just gonna wanna put it, down there. Just try to pop out the plastic piece. There we go. Now that we got that out, then you're gonna wanna unbolt these. Take if you have a drill, like a little screwdriver jump. The size I'm using is an 11mm socket. That should do it. God damn. It just won't come out. This will go a lot quicker and easier with a drill. So if you have a drill, highly recommend getting a drill. Dropped it. All right, once you unscrew, the 4 bolts that's in there, you should just be able to pull this right out. So with these, there's little push tabs or buttons. You gotta kind of press at the very top of them. I'm not sure you can see it. But right here when I'm pressing my finger, it's kind of hard to see. But you gotta it's a little bit, some of them might be a little difficult, but you gotta press it down and pull it out. I know these two right here I'm having problems with, but I got some of the other ones out. But I'm gonna get back to y'all when I get these out. All right, so I got everything out, then gutted out my whole radio system. Here's the head unit right here. And now it's time to whip it out. Let's whip out the big boy. So a 30-minute, project turned into a daggone 5-hour shift, because basically with the wiring harness, the harness and the wiring that come with the radio, you basically got to connect all the wires and everything. And so I had to run to the store and grab some butt connectors, and I also had to grab a pair, where they at? A pair of crimpers and some zip ties. Got them in the bag so that I zip tie, all the wires won't be hanging everywhere. So basically, you're gonna want to connect these color to color. Y'all, so as you see, I'm in a whole different scenery now. We done went from a 30-minute project to a 5-hour shift, now to a daggone whole day long 2-day project. I'm gonna take the wire, take this off. All right, and so the radio I bought, so this is the wiring that came with the radio I bought, and it already came pre-spliced and everything, but they kind of spliced it too much, so this is too long. So I had to grab me crimpers, and so what I do is I twist it, and then I just take it right here where it says wire cutter. I don't know if you can see that. And I just take it here and I cut it. I would say a good amount. Cut a good amount off. Because what happens is, when I put it in the butt caps, and then it just ends up being too long, it just stretches through, and I can't even put the other end of the wire in. So I have to cut it, to a certain length so that both this wire and the other one fits. So this right here should be good. I'm gonna wanna twist that, and then I insert it inside here. Then I crimp them. Then you just put it, squeeze. Oh shit. Make sure you twist it real good. That jump should look like a tornado or something. That don't even make sense, but just make sure it's twisted real good. Make sure none of this is showing at all when you put it in here. Make sure it's in there good. After you clamp it, pull on it a little bit. Just don't pull it too hard, but pull it hard enough. And it shouldn't move at all or nothing. If it start to move a little bit, then you don't gotta cramp right. You gotta kind of move up a little bit. and push down on it. So now we did that one. The matching color, this was the green and black one. So green and black right here. Take this off and see, this the one that came with the, so this the one that came with the radio. I want to say this is the one that came with the wiring harness. You see how these, they're already spliced and they're a lot shorter, or a little bit shorter than the ones that came with the radio. So I don't gotta do no cutting in the wires or anything. The copper right here. Make sure it's in there good. Then clamp it. Squeeze real tight. So now, you see I already had this already done. This end already done. So once again, one more time, you're gonna wanna twist it. Twist it real good once again. Insert it. Push it in. Clamp it. Give it a little pull and it's in there. All right, so one of these ends, this end moving a little bit. I'm not sure if you could tell. And I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just squeeze on it a little bit until I feel it's good. And there we go. All right, so after you done put everything together, as you see, put everything, connect everything, and whatever I didn't have, you know, the colors that didn't match anything, I just left these on there, and then I just zip tied everything together somewhat. I kind of messed up with this, but that's all right. And then, yeah, so now it's time to install it. God dang, it's bright out here. I mean, it's dark out here. All right, so one thing I did mess up on, you're supposed to disconnect your battery from your car. Specifically, the negative terminal. And you do this before you even start anything, all because, just so you won't risk blowing a fuse or anything in your car. All right, y'all, so once, you know, you put all your wire harness and everything together, you're gonna reconnect everything to your head unit. So far as the plugs that go inside the head unit and the plugs that connect from the harness up into, you know, your car. And once you got that together, okay, now one thing I want to say is before you mount anything together, put your, you know, your cover pieces and everything back in the car and screw the side holders, whatever you want to call it, and the cage and everything on the head unit. You're gonna want to plug everything in and make sure everything works, because you don't want to put everything all the way back together and then you turn it on and then nothing works. Now you gotta take everything all apart again, and that'll just be some bullshit. So we're gonna test to see if this thing works. Pray with me, y'all. Be with me. Hopefully nothing blows up. Put the key in, turn that. My wipers are in. Oh shit. And look at this, y'all. It works. Nothing blew up. I did it, man. Make sure everything works, like the touchscreen and everything too. So I'm gonna check that. To make sure the Bluetooth works, make sure the radio plays, the volume work and everything before I, you know, put everything together and lock everything in and mount everything. So I'm gonna do all that. Hopefully everything works, mount everything in, and I'm gonna get back to y'all. The sound on my radio don't work. It turns on, y'all showed y'all. The jump turned on. When I play my music, it don't work. I don't know what I did wrong, bro. But nah, I'm about to figure this shit out, see what's going on. Let me get back to y'all. All right, y'all, so I'm back. It is the very next day. This one took me a whole daggone day project, but basically the volume and everything worked, so I figured it out. So for one, I don't know how can I explain it where everything's connected. So basically, like, so how the radio came, the wiring that came to the radio, basically the white and black cord and the white cord were both kind of, the way they manufactured it was kind of it's two separate cords, but they made it seem like it was one cord. And so basically to explain this, I basically, you know, put it together as it was one cord when basically it was supposed to be separate. It's like the white and black go with the white and black with the harness, the white go with the white with the harness. I'm not sure if you can really see or if you even, you know, comprehend what I'm talking about, but basically I had to do that. And then secondly, When I did that, I got volume, but I got no bass, and some of the speakers wasn't working. So basically, you're gonna wanna connect this blue cord. Now with the head unit, the radio, the blue cord wasn't stripped or anything, so I had to do that myself because all the other ones are stripped. It came stripped, but the blue one wasn't, so I had to do that myself basically. And you wanna make sure you connected that blue cord. This is my car, I needed to connect it, so I did that. Everything works, sound works, display works, touchscreen works, sounds good. So yeah. All right, so the next part is putting these things on. And in order to do that, pretty sure you gotta take these side pieces off that came on the factory radio, install them on here, then put these on, something like that. And then put this on. All right, let's get to it. Got y'all looking at the mess in my kitchen again. But so basically I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew these. All right, now that I got the brackets off, I'm gonna wanna line it up about right here. That way I screw in 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I got everything screwed in. Once you screw everything in, one thing, make sure, just go back and make sure that everything is tight. All right, y'all, pretty sure I was supposed to put this together with this first and then screw everything in. So now I gotta take out all these damn screws and do everything all over again. All right, y'all, so I done went through some more struggles, but finally, I'm almost done. So basically, after you clip everything in the back, well, actually before that, these pieces is gonna come with these little extended pieces. I didn't record this part, but basically, in the instructions, it tells you that you have to trim it a certain way depending on your vehicle. Basically, I just kind of cut a piece off until it fit. I also had to use my own screws to screw these that you see right there, my own daggone screw. Cause they gave me screws, but the dumbass people it just didn't fit. It didn't fit. For the reason to put these on is because if you don't have these on and you put your cover piece on there, you're gonna be able to see, like, well, I don't have it on properly so you can see it now, but when you actually snap it on there and I try it, you're gonna end up seeing like behind all of this, and this is gonna be a big old gap. So these pieces are what cover it to make it, look presentable. Do one more check before you screw on. God damn it, I dropped it. I told me I dropped all of them. Oh my gosh. But before you screw, I know my car's a mess. I've been taking stuff apart. Before you screw, bolt these four back in. Just make sure your car audio works again. So I'm going to test this out and I'll be right back. All right, so now all that's left to do is just bolt everything and put everything back in place. All right, and voila. My brand new, hold on, let me take this off. Woo! My brand new head unit for my 2013 Subaru BRZ. It went from a 30-minute project, from a 5-hour shift, to a whole damn day. A whole day for me to get this shit done, bro. I done went through issues, you know what I'm saying? Everything worked cool, the touchscreen straight. I gotta change the time though, that ain't right. Apple CarPlay. Oh, so what I did with the Apple CarPlay, it's like a little USB behind here. I just ran it through here and then ran it through. It's kind of a little bit challenged. Ran it through my glove department. But yeah, this shit took me basically a whole damn day. I'm just like, bruh. But yeah, though, man, not gonna lie, it wouldn't have took me as long if I ain't have to take 2, 3, 4, 5 different trips to the store. If I were to do this again, I'll make sure if I had everything I need and I had use a drill instead of a screwdriver this time, that would cut up a lot of time. I'll probably be able to get it done within the same day rather than waiting the whole next day. I mean, I also had to go to work too, so. But yeah, this what it looked like, y'all. But yeah. Good news is, I got the display done. Bad news is, well, I don't want to say bad news, but next I gotta do the sub. I'm gonna show y'all. My trunk a little dirty. Not dirty, messy. Got some shoes and stuff like that. Gotta get the sub connected next. This the sub. This the kicker. I think it's like L7T downfire or something like that. It's a 12-inch joint, just one sub. Now, this might be a whole another daggone day shift as it is. But appreciate y'all for watching. Now I'm about to go for a ride.